first question here. We're going to take the 6 and the 5 and we're multiplying it. There's nothing for the W to multiply by, so I'm going to write it down again with its exponent. X to the 5th times x to the 7th is x to the 12th. The same base, we're adding the exponents. Y to the negative 8 times y squared, negative 8 and 2 is negative 6, and there's nothing to multiply the z2, so we just leave it in the answer. Now from here we need to simplify, and simplify usually means get rid of the negative exponents. W to the 0 though is equal to 1. Anything raised to the 0 is 1. 30 times 1 is 30. So my answer is 30 x to the 12th, z to the 5th, over y to the 6th. And that's our answer. Now, all right, when there's an exponent outside a parenthesis, I need to deal with that. So I'm going to copy down the first parenthesis. There's no exponent outside it, so I don't need to deal with that one. It's 3 squared is 9. It's not 3 times 2. It's 3 squared. X to the negative 7 squared is x to the negative 14. Y to the negative 3 squared is y to the negative 6. And z to the first squared is z to the 2. And now I'm doing the same exact thing I did on the previous problem. 7 times 9 is 63. Negative 6 and negative 14 is negative 20. 8 and negative 6 is 2. Negative 4 and 2 is negative 2. And now I write my answer, 63y squared over the negative exponents drop to the denominator. X to the 20th, z to the 7th. So my first step is I'm going to reduce. 2 is the biggest number that goes into 10 and 14. So it becomes 5 over 7. 5 minus a negative 2 is x to the 7th. 9 minus 6 is y to the 3rd. Negative 6 minus a negative 5. When you subtract the negative, it becomes positive. So negative 6 plus 5 is a z to the negative 1. And now to finish this problem off, 5x to the 7th, y cubed, over 7 to the z, or 7 times z, excuse me. You don't need to write to the first power. The second one, I'm going to reduce first. I'm always a fan of reducing first. 8 over 12 is 2/3. 9 minus 14 is negative 5. Y to the 0 is just 1. We can get rid of it. Negative 5 minus 11 is negative 5 minus 11 means the z is being raised to the negative 16. And we're cubing everything. Okay? Negative 5 minus 11, negative 16. So it's 2 cubed. It's 8. 3 cubed. It's 27. Negative 5, or x to the negative 5th cubed. X to the negative 15th. Z to the negative 16 cubed. Z to the negative 48th. When you have negative exponents, those answers come to the denominator. 8, 27, x to the 15th, z to the 48th. I don't care how big the exponents are. It's not like I'm asking you to use them. Okay? When we have a negative exponent outside the parentheses, before I reduce, before I do anything, I am flipping that fraction to make that negative outside the parentheses positive. I am literally copying every sign, every letter, every number, word for word, number for number. I am not reducing anything. I am literally converting that to a positive number on the outside first. Now I'm doing the problem I did previously. 15 over 9 reduces to 5/3. Negative 4 minus 5, negative 9. 5 minus a negative 3, y to the 8th. Negative 7 minus 2, z to the negative 9th, and that all gets squared. When I square everything, 25x to the negative 18th, y to the 16th, z to the negative 18th, over 9. And now I need to get rid of my negative exponents. 25y to the 16th, over 9, x to the 18th, z to the 18th. There's my answer. Second one, same deal. You have a negative exponent on the outside. I'm flipping the fraction. 9x to the third, y to the negative 11, z to the fourth, and now this becomes squared. I square everything. 1 squared is 1. 9 squared is 81. X to the 6th, y to the negative 22, and z to the 8th. And this is why I don't like saying, oh, negative exponents go to the denominator. The negative exponent's in the denominator. It needs to be raised to the numerator. Y to the 22nd over 8x to the 6th, z to the 8th. And there's our answer. With an addition sign, with simplification, I can go right to combining like terms. 3x squared and 9x squared is 12x squared. 11x and negative 4 is 7x. Negative 9 and 17 is positive 8. And that's my answer. That's a gift. Here, if it helps you, x squared y, x squared y. xy cubed, xy cubed. xy squared, xy squared. I'm combining like terms. But 5x squared y minus 12x squared y is negative x squared y. Negative 7xy cubed plus 10xy cubed plus 3xy cubed. 6xy squared minus 8xy squared minus 2xy squared. We're just combining our like terms. That's it. When there is a subtraction sign, don't be lazy. Copy down the first parenthesis, and then I'm distributing my negative to all three terms. Minus 8x squared plus 11x plus 19. And now I'm combining terms. 9x squared minus 8x squared is x squared. 14x and 11x is 25x. Negative 11 and 19 is 8. And that, my friends, is my answer. Here, before I even combine like terms, 7x squared y squared minus 4x cubed y plus 8xy squared. I copy down the first parenthesis. And then we distribute our negative. Plus 7x cubed y minus 5xy squared minus 8x squared y squared. And I'm combining like terms. X squared y squared, x squared y squared. Xy cubed, or x cubed y, x cubed y. Xy squared, xy squared. So the two triangles combine to be negative x squared. Oops, I'm sorry, I wrote negative 7 for some reason. Should be negative x squared, y squared. Negative 4x cubed y and 7x cubed y plus 3x cubed y. 8xy squared minus 5xy squared plus 3xy squared. There's my answer. Here we're simply distributing, and once again, we're adding exponents. The exponents on the x is 1 on the outside. When you don't have an exponent written down, it's assumed to be 1. Now we can't add these, but we can multiply them. So the 5x goes to all four terms. 15x to the 4, 1 plus 3 is why it's 4. 5x times 9x squared, that's 45x cubed. It's 2 plus 1. Minus 35x squared, it's 1 plus 1. And then 1 plus 0 is 1. 5x times negative 4 is minus 20x. We're simply distributing through. Here, same deal, and I'm just adding my exponents. 10x squared y squared minus 45x cubed y squared plus 15x to the fifth y cubed. We're just adding the exponents of the similar. So on these two, this is kind of like foiling, okay? So a question was asked, why do I add on these? If you notice here, there's a plus sign between the parentheses. Here, there's no plus sign between the parentheses, so that means we're multiplying through the parentheses. This goes to both terms, this goes to both terms. So 5xy squared times 7x cubed y, 5 times 7 is 35. X times x cubed is x to the fourth. Y squared times y is y cubed. 5xy squared times negative 5x minus 25x squared y squared. 2y times 7xy cubed times y plus 14. We're going to end up with x cubed y squared. And 2y times negative 5x minus negative 10xy. And there's nothing you can combine here. So that's your answer. All right, guys. Sorry, we have to go over a quick mistake I made here. So let's see if we can fix that. Sorry, I put a negative sign in the wrong spot. So x times x squared is x cubed plus 7x squared minus 4x. This was the mistake I made. It was negative 3x squared. And then negative 21x. And then a positive 12. And then when I combine my like terms, it's x cubed plus 4x squared minus 25x plus 12. Hopefully you saw my mistake and how I corrected it.